Hello and welcome to the San Marino World Cup Challenge. This is the end of season 3 roundup, and in the background you can hear the San Marino national anthem being played. So how did we fare this season? We got promoted to Serie B last season and we actually did not bad. We finished 11th. Well, that's not showing us what we want to see. Here we go. Okay, so we finished 11th. Very average. We won as many as we drew and as many as we lost. 56 points, equal with Perugia and Livorno. So we did okay. We weren't too far off being promoted, and we weren't too far off being relegated as well. So it was a very tight season for every team in Serie B. But our profile's been improved, our reputation has gone up a wee bit, our finances are not bad. We've got $1 million in the bank. It's pretty good for us. Got a transfer budget for next season of $2 million roughly, so we did okay. Our training facilities and youth facilities are being improved. We're allowed to hire some more staff and scouts, which I'll be doing for the next season, and the board are pretty happy with me. But they're unhappy with the departure of Alberto Giardo, which I can understand why. Here he is. He's a pretty good player. He was 34 though, and he wanted a lot of money and he just wouldn't get it. But I'm quite surprised that they're so upset about it, because he only played 18 games and scored 5 of us. So he was okay, but he wasn't one of our main players. So here's the current squad. You can see ability wise, our top player is John Sheenan, a young Welsh midfielder who can play through the middle and on the right. He's been a pretty good player for us since we got him for free from Swansea. So we're looking to hold on to him for next season, and hopefully he can have more good games for us. 31 games, 4 goals and 9 assists, average rating of 7.12. So he was our main midfielder. I'll show you the current tactics. We played a combination of 4 at the back, 1 defensive midfielder, 3 in midfield, and a poacher and a false 9. Alternatively, sometimes we also played 2 full backs, or as complete wingers, complete wing backs, 3 through midfield, and basically we moved the midfield up, and we had 2 wingers as well, playing as inside forwards. So here's the team report. As you can see, our most successful and most used formation was the 4-1-3-2 Diemnaro. It was okay, we did well. And we'll have a look at the transfers. So the transfer history, here we go. We got a lot of players in for free. Mitchell Camporese, who is a central defender. He played 28 games for us, got 1 goal. He was quite good. De Vitis, who we have since sold. We let him go on a free because, well, we brought him in on loan last season. We brought him on a free this season, but he only played 4 games for us and he was quite upset and he wanted to leave, so we let him leave. We brought in Lucas Pirard on a loan, but he didn't get many games for us, only 12. Josh Sheenan, of course, we got in the free. Nicholas Battiola, we got another young goalkeeper. We let him go in the free again because, he never played. He was only on a loan anyway. Mario Russo, young 17-year-old, quite promising. Hasn't played any games for us yet, but the coaches reckon that he has quite high potential, and we'll see how he goes for next season. I don't think he'll be getting many games for. Marco Penato, our left back, decent player, played 13 games for us again. And who else really stands out? We got George Green as well. I had high hopes that George Green would actually be a quite good player for us, but he never really did it. Played 18 games, only managed to score 2 goals. So I was quite disappointed with that loan signing, but we've let him go back to Everton. Here's a good player we managed to pick up, Georgilio Zukov. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Kazakhstan international, also Belgian, so he has an EU passport. We played him mostly as an attacking midfielder. As you can see, he's got quite a high pace. His vision's not particularly great, but he makes good decisions, and his first touch and technique and passing are good. So he was a decent buy. We bought him in for $2,000 basically. He only had 12 appearances, but he got 4 goals for us, so he should be one for next season. Hopefully he does well for us. Who else did we get in really stood out? Well, Lloyd Jones, pretty slow central defender. He only played. He didn't play any games for us. We loaned him out to Benevento. Another player we managed to get in January is Anders Lindegaard, who we played as our goalkeeper. We got him for free from Manchester United. So I was quite impressed with him. He let in quite a few goals. He's quite old now, but he's still a goalkeeper, so we'll see how he does. Hopefully he'll provide the resolve at the back that we really could do with keeping. So that's basically what happened last season. We're waiting on the training facilities, the youth facilities to start providing some good players. There's 2 promising San Marino players, Andrea Ricci, who's a right back. He's got some good physical stats. He could be one for the future. His crossing and dribbling are pretty poor, but he's only 16, so we'll see how he gets on. And we also have Stefano Muccioli, I think that's how you pronounce that as well. He is quite a promising attacking midfielder player with some good vision, composure, is quite brave. So he could be a player for the future. He's already played 2 under-21 games for us. Unfortunately, Rigi has not accepted any call-ups so far. So I took over the San Marino under-19s, and well, it's not been very well because some of the games I've not even had a goalkeeper. Basically, the problem is that, well, the under-21s and the main team have called up all the other goalkeepers, and there was no under-16 goalkeepers to call up at all. So that was quite disappointing. We played Brunei, we lost 2-5. We lost against Andorra 3-2, and we lost against Chinese Taipei 4-1. We did beat Myanmar under-19s, but I can't remember if that was before I took over or not. So let's have a look at the schedule for San Marino. What's there any really good results? I can't remember. Here we go. We can see we're pretty poor in defence, but we managed to score quite a few goals. Here we played Croton, and I'll show you the goals. Just waiting for it to load. Any second now. As you can see, we're playing nice short passing into the box, and Lemby gets the goals. Here's Zukov, as you can see, fast midfielder. We get in, look at him sprint into the box, and then we've seen him getting a goal again. As you can see, the goalkeeper was quite vulnerable from far out, and Sheen gets another goal. Oh no, Geronimo. Lots of short passes in midfield. Play it into the box. And hopefully get the goals. One of the problems we had was we would sometimes collapse at the end of the games, and it was quite disappointing. It would result in we'd score quite a few goals, get the lead, and then at some point our team would just stop playing. I'm not sure what they were doing or how I could stop that, but hopefully we'll be able to stop that for the next season. Okay, so let's just have a quick look through that team. Some of the players, Van Brockenhoven, very good limited defender, but he's been very good, very strong for us. We'll be looking at trying to bring him back in for next season. He only played 10 games for us, but next season I think he could be a really decent player for us. Simone Passa, who we've got coming in on a free transfer from Inter. He's a very good defensive midfielder. He can play in defence itself, in defensive midfield and in midfield. He played 34 games for us. We had him in last season, if you remember, and we're going to hopefully have him playing loads of games for us next season. Francois Marquette we brought in on loan. Again, we've managed to bring him in on a transfer from Standard. He can play in midfield and also in right back and wing backs as well. He can play in defence, but he's not quite tall enough. I think he doesn't have the jumping reach to play as a central defender, but if we get stuck, then you never know, he might find himself playing it. We also have Antonio Rossi, who we signed on a free this season. 16 games, 1 assist. He wasn't getting any goals for us at all. And of course Lemby, who we've got coming in on a free as well. Lemby, who we had on loan last season and the season before. Scored 20 goals for us in the Serie C, or Lega Pro Girone B, and he only scored 8 goals this season, but we'll see how he goes. Okay, so that's a roundup for my San Marino challenge, and we'll see how we get on for next season in Serie B. Thank you. Bye.